Hi, this is Sheri Ann Richerson from exoticgardening.com, and what you're looking at is the Oscar Pink Dianthus. I'll show you the tag right here. Okay, this is a mounding perennial, and I picked this up at Lowe's over the weekend, and some of you might be noticing all of this brown dead on the plant, but as you also see, there's a lot of beautiful flowers still. There's a lot of green and there's a lot of buds. So you can get plants like this often on clearance and get them for a really, really good price. But I know a lot of people don't know what to do with this type of plant. If it's still going to be okay when they bring it home and plant it. You know, what do you do when you have a plant that has all of this brown dead foliage on it? So I'm going to go over that with you, and I'm also going to show you how to deadhead, which is basically removing the spent flowers from the plant. And you can do this with Dianthus as well as many other types of both annual and perennial plants to keep them blooming throughout the summer, and certainly it does extend the bloom season of many, many plants. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have this flower that's just kind of bending down and not really standing up. The stem on it is broken, so I'm just going to put my scissors in here right where the break is, and I'm going to clip it off. Now, as I said, this is a beautiful bloom, nothing really wrong with it, and I can take this inside and put it in a vase for cut flowers. But getting back to this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow the brown down until I find green stem. And I don't know if you could see that, but this is of course the brown that I cut off. And way down in this plant where I cut that, right here, like I said, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. But okay, now I lost it. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to show you another one that's going to be a little easier. This one right here, you see the brown, and then you see if you go on down, there's quite a bit of green there. There's a new bud coming out of there. So what I'm going to do is separate this, and right here, I'm going to cut off all of the brown, and I'm going to leave the green. And I'm going to go through this entire plant and do that, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Something I want to show you, Dianthus are famous for dying out right in the center of the plant, which you can see is happening here. There is some new growth coming on, but when you see this, that is a great time to divide the Dianthus and make this 2 plants instead of just 1. And you do that by, if it was in the ground, you would just put the shovel in where you want to divide, shove the shovel through and cut the roots. Since this is in a pot, I could actually do that once I take it out of the pot by laying it on the ground and putting the shovel in where I wanted to divide, and then just pulling the plants apart. Another thing that I want to show you is just how to deadhead, because I said I would. This flower right up here, you see just the flower is faded, not the actual stem. So I'm just going to go a couple leaves down, and right above a leaf, I'm just going to cut that off. That's all there is to deadheading. Super easy. Okay, so I've picked through and removed quite a bit of dead stems and dead foliage. I'm hoping that you can see how opened up this plant is now. I was looking down in the center, and I was noticing that this particular Dianthus has not rooted any place except right there off of the center stem. Now, if this were growing in the ground, this will spread, and you can look at some of these drooping pieces and find some roots. So I don't think, like I had originally thought, that I'm going to be able to divide this yet. I'm going to definitely take a closer look and see if any of these stems that are laying down and touching the soil are rooted. And if they are, I will be dividing this because that center is definitely dying back. And this is very, very common with Dianthus. But anyway, so this is it. Now I could take a little more time and continue to just pull off any of the brown dying leaves, or I could just let those come off on my own. On its own. It just really depends on what my goal for this plant is. As far as, do I want it to look absolutely perfect, or do I want it to look more natural and let those leaves come off on their own? But like I said, it definitely looks better with the dead gone. It looks just nicer. And if I was really concerned and I wanted to give this plant an entire haircut before I planted it and remove all of the buds and blooms, which a lot of people do, I would just pull it up, and I'd probably come up about this far because you don't want to take everything off, but I would just give it a haircut and make it all one height all the way across the plant. I don't do that. I know that some people do believe if you do that, that it makes it bloom better. I can honestly say I have not found a difference between taking the buds off and leaving the buds and blooms on and how well the plant performs. So anyway, if you have some questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great night.